This is it, the Bigscreen Beyond, the most futuristic VR headset that I have ever seen. And this is even the improved version with the bigger FOV that you are going to get if you order this. So, I've had the chance to use it over the last couple of weeks and I really understand this headset very well now. So it's about time for me to tell you all my thoughts about it. I know you're wondering, should this be the replacement for your Index, for your Vive Pro 2, for your Vive Pro, for your original Vive, and so on and so forth? And in this video, I will tell you all about it so you can make an educated decision. I can already tell you I really like this headset. It is a super futuristic headset, but it is not without its flaws. So I will tell you everything in this video, and I promise you after this video you will know if this is the right headset for you or not. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video because all of this goodness is coming up. I'm glad that you're back on the channel. My name is Sebastian, and if you are excited about virtual reality and all these immersive technologies, and if you appreciate in-depth reviews just like this one, which are fair and independent, then absolutely subscribe to this channel and click on the bell button so that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now, this is going to be quite a long and in-depth video, so let's not waste any time and let's get into it. And let's start with the build quality and the features of this headset. So yeah, check this out. What an incredible piece of technology. What a beautiful piece of technology. It looks like as if it could come out of a science fiction movie. It is so small and so light and yet full of technology. So in my opinion, this is an engineering marvel to make something look as premium as this and be as small as this and have so much amazing technology built inside. Like, wow. So yes, great build quality, and you get something that is like, wow, you want it. You know, it is something like you truly want, and especially us, enthusiasts for this technology. Yes. So absolutely great build quality, very well done, and super nice engineering marvel in my opinion. And obviously you already know what is so special about this, right? So this headset is made for you, right? They make every single one based on a face scan that you have to send them via an iPhone first. So then they will make this facial gasket especially for you, so it perfectly fits your face. And wow, this is the first time that we've ever seen something like this. So they want every single person to have their own headset. It's a paradigm shift for VR, right? So yeah, I'm also a glasses wearer, and this was made for me, and I'm not going to share it with anyone, right? So this is also what Bigscreen wants to do here with the Bigscreen Beyond. Now, the Bigscreen Beyond is way too small for you to wear your glasses in VR, right? So they have already thought about this, and I really like their solution. So you can directly order lens inserts. Let me take this off here and let me show you that. So here, these are my lens inserts. Now you can see it. And there are little magnets on it. So these magnets like fit here perfectly onto the lens, and then you got something like this. Very well thought through and great solution. So if you wear glasses, you can simply order these lenses and put them on and everything will be fine. You probably know what this headset is about, but let me tell you again, this is a wired PC VR headset, a Steam VR headset. So you connect this to your computer via a cable, and well, on the other side, let me get it. So you see it's a quite a long cable. On the other side of this USB-C connection, you got a little breakout box here, also USB-C on the one side, and on the other you have 3 cables, DisplayPort cable, and 2 USB-A cables. And then you get a really nice connection to your PC for a great, great visual experience. You get 2 displays here in this, and both are micro OLED displays with a very high resolution of around 2500 by 2500 pixels. So yeah, this is very, very high. In terms of audio, actually there's no audio built in here, so you should wear your own headset or you go for the special audio head strap that Bigscreen is offering, but this one I could not check out yet. So to wrap up the build quality and features part, a super futuristic PC VR headset that is very, very well built. My only gripe with it is actually that the silicone here does not look so great, right? So if you look at it closer, well, they have kind of carved it to match my face shape, but I believe that this is the one part that they could make look a bit better so that it matches the overall futuristic look of this headset. Yeah, but anyways, you're wearing it most of the time and then you don't see it. So this is a little point, but I still wanted to say it. This part could look a bit better indeed. Let's also talk about the price. This is going to set you back $999 US. If you're in the States, of course, you still have to add taxes. And if you are in the EU, this will cost 1,369 euros, already including tax. Of course, this is not cheap. If you would compare this against something like a Quest 2 or a Pico 4, but obviously this is a headset that is made for you, a custom-made headset that is made for you from a company that is not going to produce them in a mainstream kind of quantities. So if you take this into consideration, what you're getting here, wow, I'm really impressed by this price, honestly. And when I met the CEO of Bigscreen, Darshan Shankar, and told him about my thoughts about this price, he also said, like, actually, it is not easy to come out with this price. This price is a very good price, taking into consideration how long it took them to make this and what kind of quantities they're bringing this to you. And they are giving this to you for this price because they want to sell as many as possible to build a base of people that can use this kind of tech. So yes, of course, not cheap, but honestly speaking, this is a good price for what you're getting. Next, let's talk about comfort. And well, that is a huge one for this little device because, well, this was designed with your comfort in mind. It is so light at 127 grams, you barely feel it on your head. And where other headsets, like the big and bulkier ones, right, they often have this kind of inertia problem when you move your head. This one doesn't have it at all. So you can wear it for hours and hours at a time. And well, this was made for you. So you give a face scan to them and then they make this facial gasket for you so it perfectly fits. And when you wear it for the very first time, you will think like, oh wow, my goodness, this is crazy. Since you have never kind of felt something like this before. So yeah, that is definitely good. And the lightness of this, fantastic. Like no other headset. Very, very well done. Also really interesting, when you put this on for the first time, you completely go into darkness. Because, well, there's absolutely zero light leakage here. I haven't seen it in any other headset like this. Zero light. You don't have anything coming into this headset from the outside. Even if you play this on the sunniest day of the year, you are in perfect darkness. And yeah, well, that is obviously a good thing. But not only is it that no light from the outside goes inside, it also means that all the photons that the displays shoot at you, they only go into your eyes, right? So no photons are lost when you're in a VR session. And therefore, even though the brightness is not as high in terms of nits as compared with other headsets, actually that is not a big of a deal, especially with these amazing contrasts of these perfect blacks and very vibrant colors. But we are going to talk about the colors later when it's all about the visuals of this headset. So until here, only praise. But I must also tell you that this silicone facial interface might not be for everyone and for all the situations. So let me tell you about my experiences. So my very first reaction was like, wow, incredible, fits perfectly, and very, very nice. However, I've also found out about some situations where I don't quite enjoy this interface. And these situations are when I sweat and when it's very hot in my environment. So it is summer here in Germany, and well, my office gets very hot. And I was sweating, and then I went into the headset, and well, my sweat together with the silicone, it created some kind of sticky feeling around my eyes that I didn't enjoy very much. So you probably know this feeling like from swimming glasses. Yeah, so it is not breathable. So after like 10 or 15 minutes, I simply felt like, oh, I don't enjoy this sticky feeling. I need to get this off for a few moments and then get back into it. Right? So for really hot environments and when you sweat a lot, I am not the biggest fan of this kind of facial gasket which would stick around my eyes. However, when your environment is at a normal temperature, at a normal room temperature, then you won't have these kind of problems, and it's great. So you can wear this for hours and hours at a time. Here we go. You can wear this for hours and hours at a time, and you will feel good about it. Yeah, you will forget it, and you will simply play for hours, and you will feel one with the headset. Right? So yeah, I have to make this distinction. When it's hot and you're sweating, not so great. All other times, fantastic comfort, especially because of the weight. You'll forget it. You'll be in VR. So for all the times that it's hot and you're starting to sweat, for these situations, I would love to have some kind of mod, some kind of cloth which you can put on top of this, so that actually there will be cloth that would touch my face. So I'm sure that there could be some interesting mods done, and I would be also actually really grateful if there was another face gasket for this, another interface, something more traditional, made out of cotton, for example, something that the HTC XR Elite, for example, has. Would be amazing if either Bigscreen could offer something or a third-party provider could provide something for these situations. Yep, that is my honest feedback for Bigscreen. Now let's get to the visuals. And yes, I know you've been waiting for this part, and I can tell you this looks fantastic. I love those micro OLED displays. Micro OLED is so good, like real blacks, like zero light and very vibrant colors. These contrasts, right, from black to vibrant colors. Yes, this is so much fun, and it's so crazy to have this kind of displays in this kind of form factor. It all comes together, and you're going to enjoy it so much. So, if you're wondering, does this look better than your Valve Index and then your HTC Vive Pro 2? Yes, of course. So if you're coming from these headsets and if you're wondering, is this an upgrade? Then yes, it's going to be an upgrade for the resolution, so for the clarity, and also for the colors. And I can tell you, you are in for a treat. Really important, let's talk about the FOV. So this is already the improved version of the Bigscreen Beyond, and compared to the first prototype that I got, the FOV did get better and bigger. So that is important to understand. For the first prototype, well, I couldn't really recommend the headset because it felt smaller than the Quest 2, and I believe most of you are used to at least Quest 2 FOV. So I felt that, yeah, well, this is nice, but you're taking away from me. And I didn't like that. Here now, yes, they did improve it. So now the FOV is around Quest 2. So it is a bit bigger horizontally than the Quest 2, a tad. So I got a 96 degrees for my face and for my IPD. And Vertically, I got around like 88 or 90, so a bit smaller than Quest 2. Very comparable actually to the Reverb G2. So if you know how the first iteration of the Reverb G2 looked like, you know what kind of FOV to expect. So it is all right, but it's nothing to write home about. So if you're very, very used to the Valve Index FOV, which is very nice, horizontally and vertically, this is without a doubt smaller, right? So you have to understand it. FOV is okay, but nothing to write home about. However, I must tell you, even me, and I'm super used to bigger FOVs like Pico 4 or the Crystal, I could still enjoy it. And I tried some games that I never tried before in this, and I completely forgot about this being just normal and not being as big as Pico 4 or Pimax Crystal. So, yes, it is nothing to write home about, but it's now at least acceptable. Now let's talk about a really strong suit of this headset, the colors. Micro OLED means you got perfect blacks, pitch black. If there's a scene that is black, like for example in space or in a horror game, yes, you are getting pitch black blacks. Simply no light. And it is so good. And it's also better than in headsets that have local dimming, like for example the Pimax Crystal or the Quest Pro, because, well, if you have a pitch black scene and then you have something bright in this scene, the bright thing, the pixels, only those pixels will light up. And they will light up exactly in the resolution that the bright pixels should be lit up, right? So, and not like for a local dimming that there are a bigger area behind the pixels will light up and give you blooming. No, this is great. So the contrasts are simply fantastic, and playing something like the night scenes in Kayak Mirage, where you would look up to the sky and then you see the moon and the northern lights and all these kind of things, you won't find another headset that would do this any better than this. And yeah, like the PSVR 2 also has OLED, right? And also you have these great blacks. But with the PSVR 2, you have Mura. Here, no Mura at all. It is just perfect. It is just nice. All these scenes are incredible. All these dark scenes, all these night scenes, all these scenes which are like super atmospheric, like for example in Microsoft Flight Simulator, when you fly the Tokyo level, when the sun goes down. It is so good. It is simply beautiful. And the colors are a super strong suit of the Bigscreen Beyond. So especially if you are into these games which are atmospheric, this will be so good for you. Now, how about brightness? Is this headset bright enough? And I did read quite a few comments of people saying like, oh, this is probably not bright enough because it only has so many nits against this other headset which has more nits. Forget about it. Like again, like as I told you, all the photons, everything goes into your eye. Nothing is lost. Since this is sealed around your eyes. So this is good. And for most of the scenes, you will be totally fine and you won't even think about it, that this is not as bright as other headsets, especially because of these great contrasts, right? So there are some, if there's like a colorful scene, you have some darker colors and you have some brighter colors. Fantastic. Just good. However, yes, it is not as bright as other headsets. And when would you see that? I would say if you play a game which is completely super bright, like for example, you are in Microsoft Flight Simulator and you want to fly that Bora Bora scene, right? Where actually it's supposed to be super, super bright and just sunshine and the blue sea, and normally it would be super bright. Then in these scenes, yes, you can see this is not as bright as other headsets, and you're missing this kind of feeling like, okay, wow, this is just so bright. It's tough to look into the sun, for example. Yep. So here, for this kind of scene, other headsets are better for that. Like, yeah, the Crystal, the Aero, the Index. Actually, most other headsets will beat that for these kind of scenes. So should you not play these bright scenes, and does it look bad? No, it also doesn't look bad. Just like it feels like, okay, this is already protecting my eyes from too bright scenes. So it is fine, right? But it depends on your taste. Probably you want to have these super bright scenes, right? To make you feel like, wow, I should wear sunglasses in the headset. Yep, then this might not be for you. Now let's talk about the lenses. So how good are they? Well, thanks to those clear pancake lenses, we can have this kind of form factor. So that is already good. The pancake lenses are all right, but I would not say that they are as good as the pancake lenses from the Quest Pro, for example. So for the edge-to-edge clarity, they are not as good. Now, looking straight forward, everything is super clear and you're gonna have a great time. However, if you really look to the very edge of the lenses, then you will see that the quality of the picture does degrade. But this is already really in the last, I would say in the last 5 or to 10% of the peripheral vision is that you will get this kind of problem. So in the most time when I was playing, I didn't actually think of it, or it did not bother me at all, right? So you can only see it if you, like, for example, would very fast look right and left with your head, because then you would look into these peripheral areas, right? So yeah, not the best lenses, but also not terrible lenses. Another thing that I also saw in a white scene, or looking at the sky, for example, if you look to the very, again, if you look through the edges of the lenses, you will have slight color shifts to green and blue and to red, depending if you look up or down or right and left. Again, it is not a showstopper, and I'm only telling you this to be perfectly clear about what I see. Did this bother me in games? No, it did not bother me at all. But I could see it if there was a completely white scene, like for example in the very beginning of Half-Life Alyx, right? There's this kind of white space, and yeah, if you look then, okay, you can see that. But in the game, this won't bother you at all. It's very seldom that you look through the very edges of the lenses. This is just to give you the complete picture, so not a showstopper at all. I just want to mention it. However, one thing that this does have is glare. So these are not the God rays from the Fresnel times. These are more the reflections of the lenses that you do have in pancake lenses. And you also have this in the Pico 4. So yeah, we know that. And how bad is this glare? Is it as bad as the glare in the Index or in the Vive Pro 2? No. So if you're worried, if you're coming from the Index, this is going to be a step forward in terms of glare, right? But if you're coming from the Pico 4, for example, where there's also glare, the glare here is a little bit stronger. So it's definitely something that I would hope that in the Bigscreen Beyond 2, they would be able to take care of. Yes, so when do you see that glare? In high contrast scenes, so like white text on a black background, then you can see that glare. Yeah, so in most times you won't have these problems, but yeah, in high contrast scenes you will see it. And if you are used to something like the Quest Pro, where, well, these lenses are better, then this is something that you should know. The Bigscreen Beyond can do 2 refresh rates, 75 Hz and 90 Hz. And at 75 Hz, this can natively run at the full resolution. However, when you're using 90 Hz, this uses display stream compression in order to push all these pixels at this 90 Hz refresh rate. And DC is a visually lossless compression. And the question, of course, is this really visually lossless, or would you see a difference when you play at 75 or 90 Hz? I can only tell you what I see. And in my impressions, at 90 Hz, the visuals look just as good as in 75 Hz. And for all the people who can actually see the difference, I would say, like, wow, your eyes are incredible that you can see a difference, because I truly don't see a difference, and therefore I was using this at 90 Hz and I had a fantastic time and loved the visuals. So overall, I'm impressed by the visuals, especially to have them in this form factor. The FOV is all right, it's okay, nothing to write home about again, right? But you have these micro OLED colors, you have this high resolution, you have that great comfort, and it all comes together to give you a really, really impressive visual experience here in the Bigscreen Beyond. So yes, thumbs up for visuals. Of course, again, in the second, for the next one, for the Bigscreen Beyond 2, that hopefully will come, I don't know, in a couple of years or what, I would hope that for the lenses, we would have better lenses that wouldn't give us glare and also a better edge-to-edge clarity. So yes, while the visuals here are really nice, still there are headsets out there with better visuals, like for example, the Pimax Crystal. But well, they don't have this kind of form factor. All right, let's talk about the audio. Well, no audio solution here whatsoever, at least with this head strap, right? With the normal soft strap here. And honestly, this is the first time that I feel, yeah, I don't care about it. And you know what? Well, with this kind of strap, you can simply wear any kind of other headphones, you know, your headphones. So yeah, I'm using these here, for example, the Razer Barracuda X. They are very cheap, probably $60, and they do a fantastic job. Link in the description of this video as well if you want to pick them up. And yeah, you can simply use your own ones. So you can use in-ears or whatever. There are those in-ears which also don't have latency because you would use some Wi-Fi dongle. I'm going to put all the links down in the description for those that I can recommend to you. So yeah, for me, that is not a deal breaker at all, and it works well with that. Every kind of headset will work. Yep, so this is okay. There is also an audio head strap, and I did not have yet the chance to check this out. But again, for me, honestly, it is not a problem that this doesn't come with its own audio. But what I do care about is the microphone, because I do want to stream, and then it is super convenient that this here actually has a great microphone. Probably I could exchange this microphone with this one, and you wouldn't feel bad about it, because this is a fantastic microphone and you will love it if you stream with this or if you play multiplayer games with this, and well, your friends will wonder, wow, you sound good. You sound good with this mic. So thumbs up. How about tracking? Well, this uses the Valve Lighthouse system, and the Valve Lighthouse system is still the leader of VR tracking for consumers. So the best tracking that is available. Yes, you do need base stations, and for the controller, you would probably pick up the Valve Index controller, or you have them already, and well, they are great. So especially for people who are coming from the Valve Index, the Vive Pro 1 or 2, or the original Vive, you already have that stuff, and therefore you know how good it is. If you don't have that stuff, you need to get it first. So then you have to buy 2 base stations and probably the Index controllers, and all of that is going to set you back $600. So yeah, that is a cost that will come on top of the cost of this headset. So yep, not cheap, but well, for enthusiasts, actually it is something that you simply have to take care of. So let's come to the conclusion. The Bigscreen Beyond is an incredible headset, and I'm glad that it exists. Bigscreen has managed to put so much fantastic technology into this little piece of future technology that you can buy right now. So if you own an Index, if you own a Vive Pro 2 or Vive Pro 1 or original Vive, and you're wondering, could this be your upgrade, especially if you're not into wearing these huge bricks of VR headsets, then the answer is absolutely yes. You're going to love it, you're going to absolutely fall in love with it, and you're going to brag about this to everyone, because yes, this is the future now. Also, especially those people who are into very atmospheric games, which are a bit darker and probably have some bright things within those dark areas, like Star Wars Squadrons, Elite Dangerous, and all these moody games, this is for you, because no other headset would give you these perfect contrast, and also not the ones with local dimming. This is it. So for these, this is a huge recommendation, and you will love it. So who should not get it? Well, if you want to have the very best visuals that you can get right now, and if you don't care about like wearing like a huge headset, which is like heavier, then you could go for the Pimax Crystal, because the Pimax Crystal does have a wider FOV and it does have better visuals, because, well, you don't have glare, you don't have any kind of color shifts, and, well, you have a bigger FOV, right? But, well, it is a bigger headset. So if you are in this category, then probably go for another one. And I think especially those people who like to play Sims, who love to play flight simulators and racing games, probably you do want to have a bigger FOV, and then, yeah, then probably this is not the right headset for you. And if you want to have a wireless headset out of the box, then obviously this is also not for you, right? Probably, hopefully in the future, there might be some third-party solutions. No feel. I'm not sure if this could work. But yeah, out of the box, this is not wireless. So if you need wireless, then you should go for something else. My recommendation, Pico 4, if it's available in your market. It's an incredible headset, big FOV, great resolution as well, and wireless from the start. And it's cheap. It only costs like 400 euros here in the Eurozone. If that's not available in your market and you want to go for something that's wireless and also has these very nice colors, then you could have a look at the Quest Pro. It costs also around $1,000, and it has tracking already within the headset and controllers, and you don't need the base station. So that is another good option if you need wireless. Yep, but overall, I can recommend this, and I believe lots of you will love this. So therefore, thanks Bigscreen for pushing the industry forward, and without a doubt, that here is the future that you can already get now. I truly hope that you enjoyed this review, and as always, it's independent, it's fair, it's the pros and the cons. I'm trying to simply let you know everything that I found out about this headset. And if you want to support this kind of reviews and this kind of like content, then what you can do whenever you want to buy any of the headsets that are based on my reviews and on my content, then I would be glad if you buy the device through the MRTV affiliate link. And like this, you can say thank you, and then this goodness will keep coming to you, right? So if you want to pick this up, the Crystal, any other headset, go through the MRTV affiliate link to say thank you. And that's everything for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and felt well informed. If yes, give it a thumbs up right now. Of course, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, you should absolutely do this and click on the bell button so that you don't miss anything. Yeah, is there anything more to say? Well, if you want to discuss more about this headset, put your questions down in the comment section. Are you going to pick this up? Also, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to chat with me or the MRTV community, you could do that on the MRTV Discord server. I'm there. The community is there. We are going to answer your questions. It is an amazing place to find and talk to like-minded people. So go there, link in the description of this video. That is everything that I have for you. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.